How does the deck win? We play Lumra and then a second Lumra. So it's either Lumra plus Mirrorpool or Lumra plus second Lumra plus Port of Karfell. And then you just loop your lands with Lotus Fields over and over, and every single time you deal 1 damage to them with Lush Oasis or mill 4 cards with Ipnu Charm. Why isn't this deck playing Archdruid's Charm? Seems a bit bad with Crumbling Vestige, Echoing Deeps, Arid Archway. It searches for a Lumra, but we have 8 copies of that effect. Doesn't seem too important. Isn't Otherworldly Gaze better than Stock-Up? Well, conventional wisdom would dictate that Stock-Up is a way better card. So we'll see. I did ask Barczek about his Otherworldly Gaze. Asked him if it's serious, and he said that he tried out those as the last slots in the deck, and Stock-Up was probably the best one. You can also play the XXXGG Temu Green Sun Zenith to tutor Lumra. Yeah, Temu Green Sun Zenith, that's like that's a good way to put it. Gaze digs deeper and cost can be paid in installments. Well, Stock-Up draws 2 cards and Gaze discards 1, so I'll register the more powerful card not to get discouraged by my card being unplayable. I think that's a wise approach. And maybe we will be double queuing with the Modern Challenge, but if I do that, I guess I'll play Neoform or something along those lines in the Modern Challenge. We'll see how it develops, given that there's still 3 hours until the standard Modern Challenge. Is card advantage so important when you're trying to assemble a combo? It is, yeah. It's always important in a game of Magic the Gathering. It's easier to win. Also, imagine playing a post-board game and your opponent just, you know, has interaction, and then you have a stupid gaze versus having a very nice Stock-Up. What's our board for Mono Red and Phoenix? Chat, this is my sideboard. I will be improvising on the fly because those are going to be my first games with this deck, but I guess I will bring Ephara's Dispersal. Against Mono Red. In Soul Guide Lantern against Phoenix, and then we're gonna chill. You don't know? The greatest MTGO gamer lately. Put back Starting Town. Done. Play Grazer. Maybe I should have used the Boseiju, then I could save 1 life point. Would be a bit better, perhaps. Rockface Village. Index Shadow Spear. What the fuck, bro? I've heard people talk about that like Pioneer is so funny now because people actually play main deck Shadow Spears. Can I kill Wandering Minstrel easily in Mono Red? Not that easily. Somewhat. Okay, so how do we do that? Guess I'll grab Minstrel and Scapeshift. We also let on Rockface Village. I think playing out the Crumbling Vestige maybe was pretty horrible. I should have run out the Echoing Deeps. It seems like they don't have red mana to kill my Minstrel. Is Ephara's Dispersal that good over Flood Mode? Is Survival 2 is that important? Bro, I don't know. Survival 2 seems really useful. I can't tell you if it's that good. Oh no, mountain? How unlucky. So they kill my Minstrel now. It's gonna be annoying. They did. Alright, what now? You come. Alright, what now? So my deck needs an amulet to work, right? Otherwise it doesn't. I am thinking about that. Scapeshift for 5 Vestiges and Giga Ramp. I'm not sure how good that is. I think I don't have 5 Vestiges. I have 2 Vestiges and 2 Echoing Deeps. Analyst and search for Surveil. Surveil? What's Surveil? I mean... Other Wally guys? I don't play that. Potentially this would have worked out way better if I didn't run out my Analyst. My Wandering Minstrel. I think I probably simply shouldn't have. Hedge Maze to copy of Deeps. Oh, that way. Sure. Yeah, we did hit the Hedge Maze. Let's copy it. Graveyard my forest, and I pass. If you were to play in the PT, would you jump Amulet Titan no matter what, or would you pick another deck? I think I would end up playing Amulet, but I would not be giga happy about that. It's not necessarily the kindest MTG modern Amulet metagame that has ever been. Stay on bar against Belcher? Very much, yes. Sunspine Links? Ale pierdolnięcie kocie. Well, better lucky than good, I guess. Why do people say Mills eats Titan alive? It used to be much more of the case before Analyst. It's still a bad matchup. But they have the Surgicals and Graveyard Hate to stop your recursion, and sometimes they mill over the parts of your deck and then you can no longer win because you can search for them. Why is the point playing a standard deck? That's the vibe in Pioneer. Did you react to the PT meta? Holy fuck, so much Gorayos. That's my reaction. Not surprised by so much Belcherino, frankly. Xerxioc would demolish the PT meta. Frankly, that's true. The Echoing Deeps help with Lush Portico, Lush Oasis kills, for sure. All pros believe the Morbillion win rate % guy on Twitter. True. Adrian Mosquito ruled the entire Pro Tour. Although, when I tried Gorayos for one prelim, it's been pretty impressive and like it felt like it actually has a proper backup plan now. Why are my Lotus Fields so spread out? Some say Joraios is worse Blink, and some say Blink is worse Joraios. That's crazy. Who's right then? I feel like Joraios is a better Blink deck because it can play the Blink game, but also has a combo that can win. While the Blink deck is just kind of grindy, and sometimes, like, in some matchups you play turn 2 Overlord and your opponent shits their pants, and in some matchups you play turn 2 Overlord and your opponent does the reverse, they do not shit their pants. They in fact, like, quite specifically unshit their pants because you didn't do anything. What defines the Blink game? Play Card Advantage and Blink Solitude. So you mean your opponent will shit your pants? Yes, yes. Alright, it is actually a painful combo to go through on Magic Online. Of course, we're playing Pioneer, which is the new popper. So, like, the odds of opponents ever scooping at any time are close to 0. But I really appreciate the echoing deeps. Like, that makes it so much easier. Between Subtlety and Solitude and Fonts, I can see it being really good versus Titan. Yeah, pitch spells are pretty OP against Titan. The Shadow Speed actually giga relevant, by the way, because it makes it so that I have to loop another time. Is Solitude good versus Titan? It is not good by itself, but it is meaningful enough to be pretty solid when it piles on with other interaction. If you could add one interaction spell to your deck to beat Titan, adding Solitude would do next to nothing, but if you get to just play Solitude and a ton of other cards that have text, then it's pretty good. How many win cons? Ipnu and lands. The pink lands. Siema Piotrunio, jak leci? No jąbie się, trochę to zajmuje. It's also speed only? It is not, nice. Yeah, you can mill their deck and also ping them for infinite, so you win on in all possible ways. So I'm down to 11 minutes 46 seconds. We're gonna have to play a bit faster next game, maybe. How much time did I have when I started executing the combo? Did it take me 7 minutes? It's kind of slow. We should be able to go faster, but... Let's play Ephara's Dispersals. Maybe no time to play Stockups on the draw against Mono Red. Am I preparing my Pioneer deck for the possible upcoming Pioneer RCQ season that will surely be announced this weekend? I actually feel pretty low amount of motivation to go hard out of my way to play RCQs. I'll mostly play the modern ones. There's always some destination qualifiers, so there is always some modern RCQs, even if it's not the modern RCQ season, so I'll playing those and sealed as well, but like the RCQ season doesn't really prompt me to try to play standard, or this seems too bad, or Pioneer much more than it would have otherwise. I guess spinning the archway, it's fine. It's fine. If they cage me, it's still fine. NGL, after playing cantrips and stock ups, it's weird for you to play turn 1 Fotsies and turn 2 Blood Tide Harvester again. Then don't. Kuman of Faces Kokazan. Will we survive is the question. Desert, unfortunately, is not a land type that's relevant for Spelunking. Guess I deal myself 1 damage because I will now need to use the starting town. But it seems reasonable to try to block with Grazer. I mean, they have 3 cards. Strike face, okay. 2 cards. Will you kill me? Emberheart Challenger, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Too bad I did not draw Ephara Dispersal or turn 1 Grazer. Seems really useful against the mono-red deck. What's your general opinion on cutting CA against aggro decks when playing combo or to board an interaction? Well, you are right in your assessment. If you like slow yourself down, you then still need to make sure that you will go over the top of them. I think I will still be able to go over the top of my opponent's deck, but I think on the draw it seemed kind of unreasonable to try to cast stock up. Unable to scream looks kind of bad, doesn't it? I think I don't need card advantage much against mono-red deck. Mulligan. O ja cię dupię, no. Nice mana base moment. Drawing the cave would have saved us. Well, I wish I had. I think I had Mool. It's too bad. Unable to scream R4. Chad, you can't just keep asking me questions like that. I just don't know. That's the real answer. Like this. Play the Analyst to block on turn 2. On 5, I just don't, I can't. Heartfelt Hero. Okay, we're back in the game. Really? Ooh, that's awesome. Those were really good draws. They really bailed me from this mulligan to 5. So do I just play Lotus Field, sacrifice Lotus Field and Crumbling Vestige? to play Lumra. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So I have Mirrorpool untapped, and I can at the very least copy Lumra to go again. Seems like that's the case to me. And we mill some extras. 2 Lotus Fields and a Port of Karfell. I just win. Damn, this deck is funny. Nice mono red aggro deck. Any Lush Oasis? Maybe. Or anything along those lines, maybe. Would be useful. Ah, your Oasis is not so lush. Ay, ay, ay. Dry Oasis time. Oasis. Uh-huh. We got the Oasis. Have we thought about playing Dryad and Valakut? It's... How? It's a Pioneer deck, Derek. No, I have not thought about cheating. That would be against the rules. And kind of inappropriate, frankly. Why am I looping without looping the Lush Porticos? Lush Oasis seems a bit useless. Wait, they didn't ask me now? Oh, that's because I didn't have any Echoing Deeps in my graveyard. Your point not conceding is stressing you out. They are playing Pioneer, they can't concede there. it's, you know, serious business. I still need the mana? Not really. Can we pass and try again next turn? I could, yeah. Where's my Lush Oasis? I wish Lush Oasis would deal 3 damage. Would be way faster. What's the win con? I mean, you're seeing it. I'm pinging my opponent every time. My Lush Oasis. Could play Thassa's Oracle if you can take it. If it's too much for you, then Lush Oasis. Abandon it and play Thassa's Oracle. But I just milled my deck anyway, so it's not that much faster. Yeah, my opponent is taking 4 damage with every iteration of the loop, so... and still wins the match. I'm casting a turn 2 stock up against what seems like a Phoenix deck. Spelunking. What else? Am I supposed to take the Minstrel or just an Echoing Deeps? Maybe even the Archway. I think another Deeps. Point just went top Jewelry Ruins. Now they are considering... Don't want to get housed by Spell Pierce. Good afternoon, John Julio. Next turn I will just win. Perhaps. What if my opponent into the flood was my Spelunking? In response to my Scapeshift though. Is this Pioneer Mox season? It is, yes. It is Pioneer Mox season. Wow, sorcerer speed? That's fine. So now I can just win extremely easily. By which I mean 6 more minutes of looping. It's going to be sad to watch the modern PT without kanister. I agree with you. Holy shit, no pitch spell in this format. Pitch spells are definitely cheats. Spike, 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 spike. Holy shit, that's a song about my favorite deck brewer on twitch.tv. Did I comment on the PT meta already? Holy fuck, that's a lot of Gorias and Belcher. Here I commented. More surprised by 4% Neoform. You think that's high? It is pretty high. Like, Neoform really... Like, I think Neoform is kind of a strong... It's a way stronger deck than it used to be. Like, it's definitely out of the meme tier. But I feel like some people were gaslit by Neoform and they think it's way better than it is. And then those people register it. Holy shit, villain scooped. Maybe they thought it would be 50% of Eldrazi plus energy combined. Even then, like, I don't know, the Eldrazi decks with main deck Vexing Baubles, the Thought-Knot Seers, it's not that trivial. Maybe we'll find a Nourishing Shoal chat when necklaces are posted, like 4 Nourishing Shoal, or with like the Mox Amber kill, or what do we mean? Court kill? I doubt it. I'm having trouble with the dog. Because he keeps biting on a power, on an electricity outlet in the corridor.
I got into playing Titan after starting to watch your content. It's been my favorite deck since. Thank you for all you do.
I don't know how to make him not do that. You put tape on them. Like, it's not the plug, it's the outlet, it's the plastic part outside of the outlet. How do I board? Just Mistrise Villages? Do I want Heritage Reclamation? And destroy their enchantment seems pretty good, honestly. Any land I can cut? Starting towns. For the Mistrise Villages. Let's try it this way. What is Jeskai chant? It's just Jeskai control and they have Orim's chant. Maybe they have the Scepter as well. 6 flyers in, could do that, yeah. Bitter Spray, which should stop it. I was thinking about something like that as well. Like, maybe that's a solution. I will look into that. Bitter Spray, maybe that would just discourage him from biting. Because it's quite annoying and it also feels a bit unsafe. Like, I worry that he's gonna hurt himself. Point is on Mulgan to 5. Seems like killing their Collie Steel Cutter will be impactful. Teoś, kurwa! Nie gryź, no. Piesku, kurwa, debilu. Jak jesteś naprawdę niezły. Niekiedy. Gezal stock up. Try to find Spelunking. Those seem like good choices. We don't like Heritage versus Phoenix, but this matchup is so good it probably doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know how to sideboard, so... I figured with Heritage I can slow their... Like, if I hit their enchantments, it's gonna be pretty bad for them. Nearly always. Wow. She's a man-eater. Only 5 mana. Barczek, why is my deck playing starting towns? Is it just to make black mana for Port of Karfell sometimes, while being a blue-green land for my Grazers? Because that doesn't seem too good to me. Doesn't seem too right. When did you get a dog? A month ago. He's a little pup. He's 3 months old and he's pretty extreme. To resolve Spelunker is very difficult for them to win. That is true, but like it's easier to resolve Spelunking when they have to tap out to pressure you. The Mirrorpool for starting town. You played 4 starting towns, so why? Just for that reason? Is the colorless for Mirrorpool really an issue? We only have 1. I guess I can see that. Maybe it makes sense. Oh, Lumra, I think. Nice, I guess I won. Play mill 4 lands? No, 1 Grazer and 3 lands. We can also use the Wandering Minstrel if we copy enough towns, I guess. So that's an upside. Oh no, a knife. Is there a guide for this deck? I think Barczek has one. But I'm going with no guide. I'm just going in raw. We won 2 games with activating Minstrel. Well, I should play 5 towns then. I've seen a decklist with the Radiant Fountain down. Sure, plug away, Barczek. Nic się tam nie martw. Kurwa, Teoś, no. Ty podgryzaczu za fajdolony mały. Coin deeps, starting town, yes, yes. To get the elementals, you can do that. Teoś! He's a little devil. The doglet. He respects no MTGO looping. Too bad, I wanted to see how my opponent sideboarded. I really needed that information. I should keep after into Spelunking. Like, it's not unreasonable to go Spelunking into stock up on turn 4, right? Turn 3 and then turn 4 win. Holy shit, Julia came back from work to save me from puppy overload. At what time does the PD start tonight? I think in a few hours, but I don't exactly know. Have you seen the current price of Lumra? I have not. Scapeshift, so I just get to win next turn. The draft started at 15. Yeah, but the stream is typically delayed by an hour or 2. So I think I should put Starting Town into play. Not the Lotus Field. So I will need to find Lumra, which I guess I will have to use the stock up for. Play with Fire EOT. Wonder if we get another turn. I mean, hopefully. I cast Scapeshift. Destroy Spelunking in response. Is even that bad? It's pretty bad, yeah. Can probably dig for Lumra with Scapeshift. How do I dig for Lumra with Scapeshift? Actually, just crack my Port of Karfell? Seems like we do get another turn. Oh, Hedge Maze and Port, that's true. Alright, we found Lumra, so... it's good. Could we loop Analyst with Memorial to Folly or Mortuary Mire plus Cryptic Caves? Would be much cheaper mana-wise than Port of Karfell. Yeah, but that doesn't work on Lumra unless you have to... When is it cheaper? It's not really cheaper by much. I guess it's more expensive to use Memorial to Folly on Lumra. And a black tapland seems worse than a blue tapland and a blue-green deck. Just saying. Lumra will die, that's fine though. They should print Amulet of Vigor and Primeval Titan in Standard. Yeah, maybe in Standard Amulet could compete properly. Right, opponent conceded, which is very convenient. Port can dig for Lumra when you don't have it, I agree. It definitely can. Like, yeah, it's like digs for deeper, that's what you mean. Maybe bring Unable to Scream on the draw, because really casting stock up is so hard. Unable to Scream against a Cory Seal Cutter deck, awesome, but they might even cut that. Any hate? Pick your poison. Heritage Reclamation, not much. Mistrise, no. Soul Guide, no. Heritage, no. Marang River Regent's purpose in the sideboard is unknown to me. Maybe I'll trim in Minstrel. It's kind of like... well, you kind of need more Minstrels and they have removal. And it's not like they can kill that easily. They play Shocks. Has free toughness. Maybe I can carry bad land. Sure, I will say that to the doglet. Is any of my lands bad? Maybe the second Boseiju? Can you give Theo a smart check from me? Sure, next time he's gonna earn a smart check, I will say it's from Vujak Serkuva. Extra smart check, then that can be done. It's the matchup, it's mono red, but splashing for Heritage Druid. Here we play turn 3 Minstrel, turn 4 Spelunking. Probably die. They should have one Slugurk. Is that an unironic comment, or... I'll mulligan to a better hand. I think this is a bit too bad. Oh yeah, pierdole. Is this good? I don't know. Should go to 5. I think the deck is good enough. Alright, this is a keep. Put back this and this, perhaps. Ironic, sadly. Okay, I thought maybe Slugurk will enable some sort of a loop. Grazer move to 5. It is rough, yeah, but... we drew Spelunking instantly, which is the best card in the deck. If I draw a land to play it, then we have a pretty nice turn lined up. Oh yeah. Do I play the Lotus Field to play my Spelunking? I think I actually do. I think that's actually fine. Since I drew Scapeshift, and I will just need 2 lands in play anyways to get to Lumra. This deck mulligans very well. It is nice, yeah. It does mulligan quite well. I'll have to dodge a removal for my Spelunking, but if I do, I guess I win. Maybe I just draw 2 Crumbling Vestiges and just win instantly. Dispersal. Don't think I'm interested in a Dispersal, because if they kill my Spelunking, I want another Spelunking. Sadly, I had to put back a Spelunking already with my first Hedge Maze, but hopefully they just won't kill my enchantment. It's more expensive with Lumra, but less with Analyst. Well, you could maybe play 1 Memorial to Folly for speed. I don't know if that's meaningful enough, but you could consider that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I die possibly? Monster's Rage. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Alright, we live and we win. Awesome. Holy shit, chat. This deck is like playing Amulet, but everybody is playing Boros Energy, but twice as bad. So if I get Port, Mirrorpool, Lotus Field, that should be good. That works, I think. I sacrifice all 4, then I play Lumra, it dies, and I can port it, and then I can Mirrorpool it. Yeah, seems good. I think that's works. No lands, but very briefly. Does this deck win through Lantern? Well, you have to answer the Lantern, I guess it doesn't. But you have 2 Boseijus, so how hard can it be, right? Lantern of Insight, yeah, that one is in particular is tough. Another Port of Karfell. 5 land Scapeshift wins through Lantern. Oh yeah, you just pick up Boseiju first. Boseiju bounce land the modern techniques. Could win with the Lush Oasis. They're playing mono red, so they could deal 3 damage to me. Because I'll mill myself. Funny that you can sacrifice Arid Archway with Ipnu Rivulet. Actually, haven't thought of that earlier. Over under timeouts for the rest of this challenge. I think there's gonna be 0 timeouts. See, opponent says GG in the chat, and I still have 16 minutes. So, I mean, I won with 17 minutes left. Come on. Are we just steamrolling red gamers all day long now? Looking at this, I am wondering how Shin. I'd never played that matchup. Yorion. Feel like I can do better than this. This seems better. I want to keep Grazer? Think so. Feel like I should put back Minstrel. How long have you been playing Wild? For the last few months, really. Last few months only. Really started playing this month. Grazer not that great against Yorion, I know, but I have sped stock up to play on turn 2. Maybe that's gonna be valuable. Well, so I assume they play No More Lies or anything, something like that, right? Nie chcę, ja próbowałem Tiki Goldfish, tylko chciałem ten link zobaczyć, ja pierdolę, no. Ktoś skopiował z tym. Z question, z parentezysem. Two Spell Pierce, ojajaj. But also plays for the Deuce, for Normalize for Dovin's Veto. This doesn't look good. Well, I just played a lot lately, so I net decked a lot of decks and I guess learned a lot about them. Let's gotta stock up. Two lands. Right, we have another one. They spend a Dovin's Veto and not a NML. Chuj mi w dupę i na imię. RIP. Now they're consulting, that's unfair. Alright, milled many lands, that is kinda nice. Czy będzie dzisiaj grany Modern Challenge? It is likely, yeah. But if I will play with Neoform for the double queuing capabilities. You just realized that there is a Modern PT this weekend. That is crazy that you just did that. Now you can watch it if you will like it. Are you casting March on Analyst? Two PTs without canning even matter. So true. It's true fun. Ne, did you 5-0? Ne? I think I built throw both away. I did not 5-0. I did not end up playing a league. I realized there is a Scapeshift challenge. A Pioneer challenge available. I think I actually want a land to Scapeshift and get lots of lands. Handshake broke the Belcher matchup anyway. Have they? Grazer is a horrible draw. Unlucky. A land would have been so much better. Could just Analyst. Do you just play Mono these days? What do you mean just play Mono? I would play the PT, I just didn't qualify. Is it beneficial for me to Scapeshift here? Well, I can slow combo, it does do a little bit without Spelunking. Maybe I should just run out the Analyst again, maybe they won't have the interaction. P-hole, okay. I say okay, but I'm not sure if it is okay. I'm also concerned about time. Alright. I mean, they can kill my Arid Archway as well. It's not perfect. The douche. I guess maybe I should have played the Analyst, yeah. I think you're right. Because then I can... They can't use it. Their mana is perhaps wasted, yeah. And now I don't have 6 mana, so it was pointless to not play it. Well, they just have a 4/5 and they can blink portable halls. I'm not sure if the Scapeshift does anything, but I think it does a little bit. I can't get enough Crumbling Vestiges. Don't think I need the Lotus Field. Well, I guess it needs black to activate. I guess I needed the Lotus Field. Sanga Saddle? Yeah, that would be nice. Sounds good. I think they play Yorion so that it takes longer to blink you. Blink. Ty kurwo zajebana, no. Ty śmieciu. I think they play Yorion so that it takes longer to mill their deck. That's the only purpose. I need to dodge instant speed removal. Well, the mill strategy is Ipnu Rivulet. Well, the pause seems good. Does Scapeshift have any bad matchup? Not so far. No nudes on Metafight, just MTG content. Holy shit, they conceded. Guess I would get back Forest, Mirrorpool, Lotus Field, Archway, Rivulet, Oasis, Forest, Boseiju, Forest, Echoing Deeps, Otawara, Crumbling Vestige, and Hedge Maze. So that probably would be pretty impactful. Holy shit, that was pretty impressive. So I cut Grazer for sure, and I cut Ephara Dispersal. I'll bring Negates, Mistrise, Heritage, and Marango. Well, that's 64 cards, Barczek, so your deck has too many cards for this matchup. How do we solve that issue? Can cut some lands. Boseiju stays. Basic stay. Wincon stay. Mirrorpool stays. I guess I'll just cut 2 starting towns because they suck. Got a deeps. Dobra. Maybe 1 minstrel. Another minstrel. 1 Scapeshift. Alright, 1 Scapeshift, 1 minstrel. Makes sense. How does my opponent's deck look like? Let's learn that all our cards seem bad with Reap. Yeah, especially Heritage Reclamation. How come these decks don't play Thassa's Oracle? Well, you don't need it. You have a different win con. They put me on the play. Alright, opponent. Okay, I have 5 mana. Got to save the 1 life. Yeah. Post board. O ty śmieciu. Can they counter Lumra? Lurma? Yes, they can. With the equation. I think I cast Scapeshift and just ask them to counter. What are we casting? Killing Minstrel? It's a bit sad. I mean, they can destroy my Arid Archway, so it's not that great, but... Whoa. Two Maze to Village, could do that as well, yeah. Maybe casting Lumra here was better. I don't know, the Minstrel is kinda... The Scapeshift is kinda tricky against control. Lotus Field, 2 mazes and echoing deeps on basics, so their fields are trzymane za jajca. Could be a better choice, yeah. Because like I force a field, but I kind of lose a land, I get more surveils. Counter this, bro. Sacrifice 2 Edge Mazes. The Duccio. Of March. Sad. No, okay, untapped land of the top. One time, Chad, one time. Kurva, untapped, I said. Can I Cyclone do anything good? Spelunking? Or Analyst? I see, yeah. Well, fair. Yeah, maybe you should have tapped around that. Nice mana base. Well, I wouldn't have enough mana to cast a Lumra this turn anyway, so... But it would have been nice to have the Minstrel in play. It would make it hard for them to play around Port of Karfell. Because then they have to answer the Minstrel in play and the Port in play as well. Or they have to like destroy the Port and hold up a counterspell for Lumra. But they can't because I have Mistrise Village. 2 Fields of Ruin? Bro, stop. What does VFS do against those mono-red decks? You can now rewind the stream and watch previous matches without asking the streamer. Is that a new function today? You can just go back. That's crazy. For subs, like and subscribe. Seems like I can just play Lumra now. Untapped land? Why? This is an untapped land. Like, they can't counter Lumra for 1 mana, can they? Doesn't seem like it. Stern Scalding would work, but that's also not in Pioneer. Opponent played Boros Convoke a day ago. Why is no one playing good decks? Just stupid aggro. Need to move. Kind of a sus keep, huh? But I guess Grazer. Like all day I've been drawing Spelunking in my first draw step, so I'll just do that again. Do good deck exists in this format? Well, what am I playing? Nice draw. Although Port of Karfell ×2 is a bit awkward, but maybe I'll draw an untapped land. There's some in my deck. Well, they moved to 5 and I got a good one. Will they summon a Convokeman with the last card? They will, holy fuck. Loxodon. Alright, good draw. Spelunking Lotus Field. That should win next turn. I'll go Spelunking, Lotus Field, sack 2 lands, play Port of Karfell, Scapeshift with 3 lands. Get 3 Lotus Fields. Play Lumra. Seems good. Hogak is not playable in 2025. Honestly, that is true. Hogak, imagine Hogak in current modern would be so bad. I think ever since Solitude got printed, it's kind of like answering an 8-8. Like just 8-8 is not impressive. No Mirrorpool in the deck. I do have a Mirrorpool, yeah. For a throbbing. Solitude does not do much against Altar of Dementia. Yeah, but it got Force of Negation the turn before. Now you try to close out the game with your Hogak and you get Solitude. Most played card at the PT, Quantum Rizzler, but 8-8 not impressive. Well, Quantum Rizzler is just card draw. Lotus Mirrorpool is 100% lethal. Is 3 Lotus Fields not lethal? If Hogak had Grieve, it could probably do something in Modern. Yeah, probably it wouldn't be so bad. Not if you break on Karfell. No, but Lumra kills itself. 3 Lotuses don't put Lumra in your graveyard. Well, the second time it doesn't, yeah. Chad, you worry too much. Where do I get my colorless for my Mirrorpool though? I hit my opponent with resolves. From the Mirrorpool on the first loop. Well, but then we want to get a 100% win, and that doesn't work, right? Jezu, jak to MTGO, kurwa, działa świetnie. Przypnij ten jebany czat do boku, no. Dobra. Got there. Need a Crumbling Vestige in the mix. Alright, what if I get Lotus Field, Crumbling Vestige, Mirrorpool? And I sacrifice Mirrorpool and Crumbling Vestige, then Lumra gets back Lotus Field. I think that's 100%, then we used to see the chat all the time, why no more? It's hard to fit everything on the screen. And the chart was always kind of awkward because then if like it scrolled upwards, then it would hit the on-screen chat. It's tough, it's tough. But maybe I'll try to rearrange it in a way where I can fit that chat box. Alright, any more decks to talk about? Don't think so. Opponent is trying to hold me hostage until 5 PM hits and I have to double queue the Modern Challenge. Co za kurwa nieprzyjemne zachowanie. Just make the chat in the stream a little bit transparent and put the MTGO chat behind. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose. Shadowwalk Shaman? No. I have not played against any Shadowwalk Shamans. So I don't know if that deck exists in Wild right now. This is just an ancestor skull. Shaman. Slush Magmorpher. Any armor up combo warriors? There is a warrior control deck. I don't have it crafted, but it uses a card. It uses Igneous Lava Gorger, which is Taunt, Battlecry, Dredge. Dredge is look at it, bottom 3 card of your deck, choose one to put on top. Gain armor equal to its cost. Leci double Q? No poleci. Did you have to spend money to unlock these decks? A bit. I used to play Hearthstone in the past. Yeah, so like they have the Dredge monster, and there's also a card that costs 125 mana. So you just gain 125 armor, and it's pretty solid. Because it costs less, but it doesn't apply in the deck. It just applies when you draw it, the cost reduction. There's also Holy Wrath in Paladin, so there's a combo deck that just tries to hit your opponent for 125 damage with Holy Wrath. Which it all is kind of funny. Come on, opponent F like pass priority to their Trabant Inspector, and now they're just still doing that. Shudder Shaman dropped off since the Minister and Egg buff. Yeah, there's some egg decks as well. There's a combo with there's a new egg that cracks 5 times into a 2020 eventually. And it combos with a monster that says whenever you play a minion with Death Rattle it. Deterministic loop, I think so. With the Echoing Deeps, it's gonna be giga easy as well. Don't think you had one without the Echoing Deeps. You worry too much. You can only sack 2 lands? Why is that a problem? You worry too much, Lizard. Well, how do I get the Deeps with Scapeshift though? When I need the Crumbling Vestige? Maybe I guess I could just get back Deeps and that'll be work. That will be fine. I'm man, sorry. Yeah, we better be. I was playing other match, I figured. Holy shit, Chad, we're gonna need to double queue. I already regret that decision, but how do you win? I have Lush Portico. By Lush Portico I mean Lush Oasis. Yeah, double Q is modern with Neoform. Well, I can copy the desert with Echoing Deep, so that's a bit better. Skip modern. How? How could I say no to trying to Neoform people? Right, opponent scooped. Very nice. So against Convoke, what does Convoke even play? In their sideboard, they could play Rest in Peace. Ooh, Cosmogran Zenith, that looks like a decent card. A bit expensive maybe. 2 Reap and Pass. We can beat Reap and Pass with just Scapeshift for Bounce Land plus Boseiju. Should I bring the Reclamations though? I mean, 4 is too many for sure. I'll just board like that. Lumra is $30 now, that's crazy. Definitely not worth it. On the draw, opponent keeps 7, I'll mulligan, this is not good. This is good. Probably put back Grazer, doesn't fit into the curve. You wish you had a tournament you could play with this deck. There's modern challenges, there's pioneer challenges on Magic Online daily, so sometimes you just have to be your own, make your own fate. Not on MTGO. It seems pretty fun on MTGO still. I wish I kept my Grazer. Do I win with Scapeshift next turn? Probably. Kind of a brutal draw from the opponent's side. Does a Grazer help me? Not anymore. I guess keeping the Grazer wouldn't have done much. Just top deck Vestige. And then what? How does that help? Alright, double Q modern challenge on the other screen. Let's fucking go. How good I'm playing against Xerk in the modern challenge. Can we do anything here? Maybe stock up can somehow. I don't think there is a way. Even if I draw Grazer, I'm short on mana. If the Spelunking was free, then that line would have worked. Unfortunately, it was not free. Quite the opposite. I don't think Ephara's Dispersal helps at all. Yeah, if I kept the Grazer in my opening hand, that actually would have worked out. Maybe I shouldn't have mulligan it away then. Sometimes you get more time against Convoke, because they don't always just not draw you, but I guess this time they did. When they not draw, it's rough. Opponent taking their time during sideboarding as well. Seems like they are just giga multi-queuing all the time. Just like I do right now. Alright, sneak peek into the Modern Challenge. We have defeated Zerkuva game 1. He's playing a Brute Scale deck. Also, that Grazer only mattered because you had an unusual stock up. I do have 4 Lotus Fields and 3 Echoing Deeps in my deck, so maybe it is not that unusual, frankly, to hit something like that. This seems like a keep. I mean, I guess to turn 4 Lumra. It's a bit slow, but on the play seems just fine. Maybe. Alright, I'll play Port of Karfell. I pass. Scared fondue. Oh, I'm really scared, yes. Wandering Minstrel. Probably gonna play Mirrorpool on turn 3. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have removal. Convoke is not really known for having removal, so it should be okay. Epicure. Alright, will you summon a Convoke monster on turn 2 for the 3rd time in a row? Nope. Much weaker of a draw. So yeah, it seems like Mirrorpool to me. Maybe Vestige a tiny bit better. Just hope that I get to play Lumra next turn and it's good enough. It doesn't necessarily have to be though. We are convoking. That is fine. Opponent has kind of a slower draw and they don't even deal damage to me. So we can sneak peek the Zerk game because it might be over. Let's get a breeding pool. He had Ghost Quarters. Sure, your blade triggers. We got a Pact of Negation, so it seems over. So I think I want to sacrifice Mirrorpool and Lotus Field, right? To have best odds to actually combo off. This is a source of colorless. I guess we win. The match against Zerk is over. He played a Brute Scale and I Pact of Negation that. You don't understand the new Neoform builds. Are the consigns mainly for your own pacts? Yeah, that's the purpose. So, like, you don't have to win on a single turn, and consign is like a somewhat of a reasonable card to have in your deck sometimes. Milled 0 or 1 lands would have been lethal? Probably not. So, it's good that I did mill a few lands. I needed to hit something, a colorless source, basically. How do we play lands from hand now? We can return a Grazer back with Port of Karfell. But yeah, Repudiate is more consign. But basically the Neoform decks just want to pass after pacting. That is it. Yeah, Repudiate was green and I actually got to pitch it, so it actually came up. So here I put the Lush Oasis into play and I get to continue looping. We have 10 minutes so we can chill and just take our time. You could also Otawara bounce my opponent's board. Echoing Deeps can copy Lush Oasis already. Save targets. Definitely need an MTGO restart soon. Produced by Lush Oasis, produced by Crumbling Vestige, 3 times Cave, produced by Lush Oasis. Stream started for the PT. Alright, thank you very much for watching and goodbye to everyone who leaves to watch the PT gaming instead. But I hope some of you stay. Dead limited format. Oh, I'm playing a limited MTGO RCQ tomorrow. Alright, we are 5-0. Oh! Next round instantly? Holy shit, it's Mateusz F34. The Pioneer Gamers. Let's keep. They just don't kill you fast enough. Yeah, they don't. I win on turn 3, 4, or 5 if I interact a little bit or block with Grazer, and Mono Red doesn't kill on turn 4 consistently, right? Slower than that. Awesome draw. Any reason to Grazer? Turn 3 kill again? How do we kill on turn 3? Don't think I do. I'm wondering if there is any reason to actually play my Grazer this turn. There might not be. Might be better next turn. You need a payoff to win. Questing Druid, okay. Minstrelos. I'll just disperse. Is Ephara's dispersal a payoff? In a way. Canny 5-0 in a Pioneer Challenge. Is this 2023? Did I used to play it in 2023? King of Pioneer Arc. I guess there was, yeah. Was that Inverter? That wasn't Inverter times. Do I have Lethal with Minstrel? Do I? It was the year when you discovered looping with Kiora. Oh yeah, Chad discovered that actually. I think Scapeshifting now is unwise. I don't die next turn. Yeah, I can't even look that deep. Our opponent is going to do something irrelevant, and then, I mean, I guess I will continue chilling. I don't know, block. Seems hard to prevent much more than 3 damage. Easy. MTGO Premium, I was giga likely to hit. Oh no, where did my Lumra go? 4 and 43. Analyst also works. That's 8. With Stock, I would also go for it. It is nice that villains scope, because if they wouldn't, then we would be here forever. Do I want to enable the scream? I don't know. Maybe cut Ipnu. If they scoop so nicely. It was pretty weird to me when they reprinted Scapeshift in M21 or whatever it said that was. A weird card to choose, but I guess they wanted to for people to Field of the Dead. Was it printed in the same set as Field of the Dead? They were like, oh yeah, let's make Scapeshift, but different. Because there was a deck that played Scapeshift and Field of the Dead. It was Scapeshift, like I said before. So yeah, it was a set before, so it was legal for a summer, and then it was supposed to rotate out. So did they know they will print Field of the Dead, or did they like print Scapeshift for the lulz and said, you know what, Scapeshift is useless in Standard, let's make it reasonable.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Thank you very much for the continuous support, Joseph. I appreciate that. They wanted to lower the price. Yeah, but then they like printed the synergy piece for it, so... Wait, Field of the Dead is $40? Holy shit, I guess I will sell mine. Is it? Let's check Magic Card Market, because the prices on the US web pages are always fake. Field of the Dead is $30. Holy shit. For an English one. Skyfall has price from MCM? That's crazy. I think I have 4 fields just laying in my... I guess I'll keep this, turn 4. We have a backup Minstrel, they kill the first one. So I have 4 fields just lying in my shoebox. This would let me Scapeshift on turn 3, but I don't think it helps. Like, I need a payoff as well. Interesting Grazer now, but I think it's not useful. Does Legend Rule still apply if they have a different art? No. Yes, yes, yes. Fall, Time Spiral, Titan. Why is there a Titan in Time Spiral? Świat stanął na głowie. Will I die? Hopefully not. Opera Love Song. Ooh, they draw cards, okay. They hit Swiftspear and land. Well, it is good that we had this conversation today. I had no idea that Field of the Dead was 30 euros, and I'm sitting on them for no reason forever. Truly eye-opening. Maybe they will come back, maybe. Should I keep one for the cube? I had it in my cube and I cut it for being lame. Like, it wasn't even strong, it was just kinda... didn't care for it. Go to 1. Perfect. Well, I have 5 lands, portable head. Did I float wrong mana, maybe? You also boarded out Ipnu. That is a problem as well. So I go for Port of Karfell, Lotus Field, Hedge Maze. Probably a Coin Deep's better than Hedge Maze. Tiny bit, doesn't matter much. You can double port if you have 2 mana. Say add 9 mana. Well, port, I don't know. Can I? Port is 6 to and tap to activate. Doesn't seem to me like I can double port. If I make 9 mana, I have 11. That's one short. In Analyst, you can also... Analyst, you have to pay for mana to activate even after you port it, so... You kinda want to have that as an option. Easy. Get the Grazer back if you miss and put the desert into play. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I see. We hit the Lumra though, so... No worries. This deck does not seem to have as much replayability as Amulet. Are you just saying that it's gonna get boring? If that's what you mean, I could see that. You kinda do the same thing over and over. Fall of Prime seems kind of insane, yes. If you have a land sacrificing theme. Isn't the same with New Amulet? No, no. He's Scapeshift and it's like, it's cool stuff. Yeah, you attack with Titan people sometimes. Even if it's rare, it still happens. How does this deck win against Graveyard Hate? You kill Graveyard Hate, the Graveyard Hate card, and then you win. Too bad. Did they keep 2 Surveils for a enabler? Opponent played Hidden Strings 5 days ago. Oh wow, villain can't even Titan. That's brutal. Otawara on Grizzlebrand would be brutal as well. Consign. Draw. Draw right there, that's useful. Get Breeding Pool. Hello. Get Galita. We packed for another Galita as well. Why did I pack for another Galta? I guess I did nothing. Yeah, I guess because my monsters are not doing it. Like, it only made sense if I actually also fetched for Disciple of Fraelis. Maybe that was a bit bad. This is 26. This is 8. They block with Grazer. They survive. Actually, I don't kill my opponent. I should double the Grizzlebrand. So I can draw into Pact of Negation. So I will keep this hand and assume that my opponent's deck choice didn't lie. The modern match is all but over. Wait, all but over would mean it's not over, and it actually is. Back with my opponent with my crew of monsters. It seems like that was good enough to convince them that I'm going to be victorious. I drew Lumra. They do seem to play the real Lotus Field deck, so I do want to draw an untapper ASAP. Kept a 1-lander, and I drew an untapper. Awesome. Ooh, Strict Proctor, that's actually kind of annoying, isn't it? Because it actually would... Like, I can probably pay for it. But it's actually giga unpleasant to do on Magic Online. Yeah, I guess it lets me play out my own Lotus Field, but that's kind of awkward in that sense. Could just pass and kill my opponent with Lumra next turn. Seems quicker than trying to combo if they don't scoop. I still Explorer. You think that will be good? Kinda small, right? It's kind of a tiny effect. So I'm not sure if it's really up to scale, but maybe. How big is my Lurma? Not that big. Oh, Dig's in the graveyard, but like 2 cards in the graveyard alone are they good? Kinda. Max for 12. It's too small. Yeah, all of the opponents are just playing red aggro, so I'm not sure if how much we want to grind.
He's a phenomenal control player.
You love Pioneer
Tiny
Team,
and
right?
chest.
You hacking love it. It was taking a while to kill my opponent, so against Lotus Field combo, I don't need Ephara's Dispersal. Guess I won Negates. That's kinda it. On turn 4, we have 24 lands and opponent has 1. Opponent has been slacking up. Or just slacking, I guess. You don't slack up, you just slack. They've been slacking land drop wise. Can Lantern be better over some lands as a cycler? Can skip Ipnu. I mean, Grazer is not great, but I guess speed is really important, so I'll keep it. Lier? Maybe. You need a solution to Protector? I have Otawara. It's gonna be annoying as hell though. Dispersal is good against Strict Proctor. Well, I mean, I think I actually am afraid of the Strict Proctor, but mainly as a timing issue. It's just gonna be an insane clock drain if it ever gets deployed. It's gonna produce so many triggers. Yeah, Protector is a land that does clock damage. I mean, it might also be annoying, gameplay-wise. Scream is better than Dispersal for Proctor? Maybe, but not necessarily. I'll keep this, I don't know if it's good. And we have Negate on the draw. Awesome keep. Annoying. Seems worth negating. I mean, Lumra gets hosed by the Proctor as well, so... -4 life. It's gonna take a while. Whatever is a 4/4 beater. 5/5. Soon. Whoa, what a luck sack. Through the Lotus Field. Strict Proctor really grinds your gears. In what way? In that it's a hacking annoying card. We even have the mana? I don't. I do. Kurwa, Proctorze! I pay, yes. I pay for the next one as well. For game 3 we will need Proctor removal because it's actually gonna... You can play through it, but it's taking so much time. I think we are dead next turn. Well, they have one Lotus Field, so... We'll see. Aha, one Lotus Field. Scrying. I think I'm not dead, then villain is giga flooded. Played a Fleeceman Lion and priority was passed. Kurwa, ten Proktor jebany, no. Jaki to jest śmieć. Otawara milled. That's rough because the bounce land is in play, so I guess I can't get it anymore. No, I can with Lotus Field, that's fine. Dobra. Ty tam nie zesraj. Że tak dobierasz to... That's why we need Ipnu over Oasis. Sort of. Am I really supposed to bring in Unable to Scream? Perhaps. I mean, Grazer speeds me up. Nope. I think I put back Scapeshift. I knew to put back Scapeshift, see? Genius. Alright, we win next turn. Not attacking into... Not on my watch. Because then they would exile my Analyst and it would be bad for me. Because villain could just summon Proctor. Is that an issue though? They play that card? No, they don't. Well, at least not against my deck. Think I Scapeshift? I don't know. It's pretty hard to decide how to exactly play that. One could have an interaction card. Sure. Soul Partition. I guess I don't have a Lotus Field in my graveyard now, so it's a bit tricky. Maybe I could have did something better here. Seemed pretty hard to beat a Soul Perdition, and now I probably die. Why didn't I do it in response to the Scapeshift? It's a bit puzzling, I don't know why. Could maybe have waited. Yeah, like opponent most likely would want to... Like it would be awkward for them to play out the Lotus. Which I'm not entirely sure how it helps me on the next turn, really, but a little bit maybe. I draw the Spelunking and then I... Well, once I draw Spelunking and I have two things, then Soul Partition is not a problem, I guess. So maybe just waiting a turn would have been it. Oh. So we met our unfortunate end, classic. Destroy Swiss, lose in the quarters. Very good deck though. I am impressed by what I have seen. So not unhappy with the result. We got how many QPs? 20 QPs.